Today is day 4 of my 21-day prolonged water fast. I'll be sharing my updates from day 3 yesterday and day 4 till about 11:15 a.m. That's what the time is here right now. And I'll also be sharing 2 things to not do if you're considering or are currently doing any sort of a prolonged water fast. The shortest prolonged water fast, they say, is 10 days. So if you're considering a prolonged water fast, 2 things not to do, I'll be sharing in the video. Let's start with updates from yesterday. So if you're following along my journey, you know that I'm also doing an 82 days to a new me journey. And this 21 day is a part of that. The first phase of the 82 days is the 21-day prolonged water fast. And so in the 82 days, I am creating small and incremental shifts in my being, in the way I'm living life. So one of the shifts was waking up at 6:30 by 6:30 a.m. And the first day of waking up by 6:30 a.m. So before that, the aim was to wake up by 7 a.m. I'd been following that, and then I moved to 6:30. And then the first day I followed waking up by 6:30. The second day, I got up and then I couldn't get up, and I sort of switched off the alarm, and when I got up it was already about 7:19, 7:20. So then I said, okay, that's okay. Now tomorrow we'll get up at 6:30, which was tomorrow means day 3, yesterday. And so day 3, I woke up at 6:30. The alarm rang, I woke up, I still lingered in the bed for about 10 minutes. Then I was like, okay, let's get up. So 6:40, I got up. I sat down for my meditation, which is also part of my 82 days journey. So I sat down for my 15-minute meditation, and I wasn't feeling like I'd gotten up, but it just wasn't feeling right. Like my body, it seemed like my body wanted more sleep. Anyway, I thought, okay, maybe it's just temporary. So I first sat and tried to meditate. Then that was becoming difficult. So that I said, okay, let me lie down and meditate. I lied down and I did my 15 minutes. And then I got up from there, and it just felt like I needed more sleep, like my body needed more sleep. See, one of the very important things in the 21 days and in general in life, is to really follow your gut intuitive, wherever your intuitive gut is guiding you. And with practice, you get to know whether it is actually an intuitive gut, like is it actually what your body needs, or is it just your mind being wanting to be comfortable? Those are 2 different things, and at times it's confusing, but with time you start getting to understand the difference. And so then yesterday I've said, my day is kind of planned, especially the first half. By 7:30, 7:45, Brew and I are out for a walk. We get back by around 8:05. I give her a meal. And then I sit with my day trading, because the market opens at 8:30. Before that, I have to do some pre-market work. Pre-market analysis. So my day is like that. But yesterday I said, it's fine. For today, I'm just gonna respect my body and I'm gonna allow it to rest. And so then I slept off, and I slept off without an alarm, because I knew that eventually Brew would wake me. Brew, by the way, if you don't know, is my dog. I knew Brew would eventually wake me up, if because eventually she'd really want to go. So then I continued to sleep. I went back to bed, I slept, and by the time I got up, so I got up myself, and it was 8:30, 8:40, 8:30ish, 40ish, can't remember exactly. She was just lying down next to me, and so she was fine, and then I felt good, and which sort of reconfirmed that my body actually needed that sleep. So I felt good. Then we went for a walk, we did our regular stuff, and it's interesting. I not won, I guess I made about whatever $225 on the day trading yesterday, despite starting late. At times that's just how life works, right? And then the rest of the day was fine. Whatever was planned, did a little bit of here, this and that. If you're doing any kind of a prolonged water fast, what you should have is, you should ensure that your body is getting salts and certain other micro minerals like potassium, sodium, etc. And so salt, so I'm having salt and lemon for that. If where you live you get fresh coconut water, that's the best. Like fresh coconut water is the best, or you have all those micronutrients, minerals that are needed, right? I don't have that. I don't have fresh coconut water here, so I have lemon water, lemon with some salt. And so that's been keeping, that's sort of, I think, been keeping me well. No hunger yesterday either. Then evening we went for, evening Brew and I go for like about a 30 to 50 minute walk. And so we went for that, and that's where the first thing that you should not do comes. Actually, no. The first thing that you should not do is set a time limit for sleeping, especially in the beginning of fasting, because your body is already under stress right now, right? You've stopped eating, and your body has to figure out an alternative system, which it eventually will. It will go from energy from direct food to energy from proteins and to eventually energy from fats. So it will figure it out, but it is stressed out right now, and so it needs more sleep. And later on, from my experience of my last 21 days, later on it needs minimal sleep. Like, I used to sleep 4 or 5 hours and I used to feel fresh. So I would say, if you're in the beginning phase of your fasting, let your body sleep as much as it needs to. Do not decide how much to sleep. Check in and see how what your body needs. And that's the other thing that I also did yesterday. Then in the afternoon, again, day before, I did not, like, I had felt sleepy, but I was like, no, 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 let me just stay up, let me just stay up. But yesterday I said, nope, my body needs it. I slept in the afternoon as well, and it was great. Anyway, so that's the first thing that you should not do. Don't restrict how much your body needs to sleep. Second thing that you should not do, which I did, so we went for the walk, and it's an open area, open space, and I live in Wisconsin, where winter's coming. And I knew it was cold, so I had worn stuff, like I'm wearing something inside it, a thermal, and then this and whatever. But I miscalculated the amount of wind, and the wind here in Wisconsin is super chilly. And we were out there for about 40 minutes, and I thought, well, it's okay, it's fine, whatever, cold wind, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It is not fine, because your body does not, how is heat produced in your body? Food, right? And if there is no food, then you have to do extra stuff. So I'm wearing I have an electric blanket on right now. I have heaters on. And the other way is the sun, and the sun here. So in the morning when Drew and I go out for a walk, I get my sun. And then it's hard to get to the sun because of the cold wind, right? So the second thing you should not do is let your body get cold for a long time. Just as much as possible, keep your body warm, because when your body becomes cold, it takes a long time for it to recuperate, to bring back its internal temperature, right? So that's the second thing that you should not do, because once we came back, I was a little down, and I realized it was because of the toll that the cold had taken, the 40 minutes of cold breeze had taken on my body. Anyway, so that was about it. And then I slept at around 9:30. Then today morning, my alarm was 6:30, and again 6:30 I woke up, and I was really trying to think, like, what is it? What is it? Why am I not able to wake up beyond this? And I was thinking, one, maybe because it's cold, so I don't want to get out. Second, at 6:30 it is still darkish, and so maybe my mind is also not yet ready because the sun is not yet out. Whatever the reason may be, what I've now decided in my 82 days plan, the shifts that I'm making, I've moved things around. Oh, the other thing that I moved around is intuitive movement. So I'd started intuitive movement right in the beginning, and yesterday also I wasn't able to do it. Day before yesterday also I wasn't able to do it. And today now I've decided, look, follow your body. Don't put too much stress on it. Like, we're already putting quite a bit of stress. And so I've shifted around things. So now my waking up time is, I'm not going to put any waking up time. I will wake up when my body wants to wake up. Sleeping time, I'm going to ensure that by 10 a.m. I'm off to sleep. Instead of intuitive meditation, I'm going to still do. And instead of intuitive movement, I am bringing in inner work reading, 15 minutes. So I'm not letting go of any of my goals. I'm shifting the order of the goals to suit what's happening in my current life. And that's potentially a takeaway for you. long-term plan, long-term changes, long-term transformation, you can't be to the T married to your plan. Plans, structures are meant to support us. It's important to create a plan, it's important to create a structure. But don't be married to it. Create your plan, start following it, and see how it's actually playing out, right? And then reflect and see, okay, maybe I need to change this, just like I have. And that's perfectly fine. Yeah. So that has been my day 3 and day 4 till now. Let's see how tomorrow goes. In fact, how today as well goes. Let me know if you have any questions, any thoughts. Would love to hear from you.